According to WHO data, suicide is the third leading cause of death for those between ages of 15 to 29. That's the age bracket most of us are. In low and middle income countries like Nigeria, this tragedy is heavier because 73% of all global suicides happen in places with fewer resources. A recent UNICEF study asked Gen Z how they are really holding up. More than half say they feel overwhelmed by the state of the world. Many don't know where to go when they need help, and far too many believe the pressure to keep up or look fine is killing their peace, even if they never say it out loud. So today we are asking why so many of us are giving up, not because we want to be dramatic, but because I feel like, or we feel like this is kind of like a rising problem in Gen Z that most people need to talk about. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 43 of the Michelle and Tony Show. I am your host, Michelle, and I am here with a good friend of mine from the Faculty of Business, named
Benedict.
Benedict, also the CEO of House of Gamers. So if you're a gamer, step right up to Benedict and get your and be part of a gaming community. I'll add the link to the community right down in the description so you can be part of it. All right, so Benedict, now I want to get from your own perspective,
Okay.
what is the leading cause of depression among Gen Zs?
The leading cause of depression among Gen Zs, from what I've seen so far or
Yeah,
from what I've noticed so far, number one is money actually.
money.
Yeah.
Mm,
Money can lead, like when you see your mates out there doing
mm,
well, exactly,
mm.
doing well, then another thing that can cause depression among Gen Zs is, let's say, your baby. You know that girls must always be involved. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So your babe breaks your heart, and so on. Yeah. And another leading cause of depression can be your family background. Like for me, there are many causes of depression, but these are just the three major causes.
Mm,
From, yeah.
I feel that money part hits the hardest. I feel like most Gen Zs, okay, most Gen Zs are worried about money, but I feel like we are worried about money in the wrong sense. I don't know if you get what I mean. I mean, like,
Yeah,
we are
I
basi-
get you.
we are basically feeling oppressed by the guy using iPhone 16 and the guy driving a Benz, and I mean all those things are very 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 good things of life, but like I feel like if you do let things like this keep sliding deep into the back of your mind,
You will end up being
you end
depressed.
up being depressed. Have you ever felt that feeling of depression though?
Actually,
Yeah.
yeah, it sounds funny, yeah, because I have plenty of times. No, not really plenty of times, sha, but most times in my secondary school, like secondary school life now.
uh,
So there was this girl that I loved her with my heart.
you loved her.
Exactly, like
Secondary
that.
school boy they love.
Secondary school boy, yeah, like no, then sha, I was doing it so that I can feel among, yeah,
All right,
because
all right, yeah,
most of my friends, they're them girlfriends. So, but the girl ended up tearing my heart like cheese. So
oh, she didn't break, she tore your heart.
she tore my heart
Fuck, bro,
like
that's a different level of heartbreak there.
God. So like the depression actually lasted for 6 months. Cause guy,
Jesus.
like it was that painful. Like it was that painful.
At that point in your life, did you ever think of like ending it all?
Exactly. Yeah,
You
nah.
thought of suicide because of woman.
Yeah, no, like no, to show you how bad it was. Like it was that bad. Like for me, and also that was my first time of falling in love. So yeah, of course. Then another time that I felt, I
Wait. I mean, sorry. Like, this your story basically like hits me in a place that I'm not supposed to be hit during this interview.
okay.
Like you got into the relationship because you wanted to feel among,
Yeah.
right? And then eventually the emotion went from feeling among to actually you being in
Being,
love
yeah,
with this girl.
exactly.
So like, do you feel like it is bad though to enter into something to feel among? I mean, because at the end of the day, you still got the payoff of love, and all these emotions. But at the end of the day, the reason why you entered the relationship
Mm.
was not genuine, as in you
Genuine,
love her,
yeah.
you just feel among. So like, do you feel like, okay, people who venture into things to feel among are justified?
People who venture into things to feel among, they are not justified.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually, they are not. Because me forcing myself, it's just like me trying to buy a car when, because my mate are driving it. So it can actually eventually lead me to doing some things that I'm not meant to do just to buy that car. Like what just happened is secondary school.
Yeah.
Me approaching again. I'm like, hey, what's up? And they're like, I'm fine. Like, no, like, see, the funny part, no, breakfast now. Like, the funny part was that, like, she was giving me green light, green light, green light. So me now, I was thinking that yes, yes, it's working. And then at the end of the day, it was a no.
But like, so I mean, sorry to go deeper, but like, how exactly did she turn you down? Though I mean, did she outrightly tell you no, or did she, go through the back, or like?
She gave me a yes first.
Mm-hmm.
Then later that night she wrote a letter that the reason why she said the yes was because the pressure was so much and so on.
Oh my God.
So like
So
it was that
you
bad.
approached her because of pressure, and she said yes because
Yes,
of pressure.
because of
So
pressure.
pressure is just
It
like
just
manipulating human
exactly
beings to do things.
things that
Oh
they are
my
not
God.
meant to.
I never really thought about it, but I feel like anybody listening like should take note. Like, one of the leading causes of depression, from what I'm getting from what you said, is the want to feel among.
Among.
Right? It's the want to feel among. And I feel like it can be very, very easy to tell a person, stop trying to feel among. But like, what is actually harder is to find the underlying reason for the
Why?
person tries to feel among, and
Exactly.
then try to replace that emotion of feeling among with another satisfactory emotion. I'm not sure you get where I'm going to.
Yes,
So
yes.
like, I mean, do you think that maybe is it, I mean, now that you have identified feeling among as one of the leading causes of depression among Gen Zs, now rather than telling anybody listening, oh, stop feeling among, do you feel like there's something that we can tell them that is actually more practical, like rather than don't feel among, right? Something more practical, and then maybe an emotion or something to replace it with.
From going by this saying, experience is the best teacher.
Yeah,
So I just feel that they should experience
experience
it.
it.
So that will teach them a lesson. Just like me now, stay saying that I want to feel among again. Nope. For my first experience, which caused me depression, no, I don't think I can feel
Yeah,
among
yeah, yeah,
again.
yeah, yeah. I love that perspective. I love the perspective of allowing people to actually
Experience it.
experience something, right? Rather than telling them, oh, there's a roadblock ahead, just
Because
go through this way.
you telling them
They won't actually.
exactly don't want to get it
Yeah,
until
they
they.
won't, they wouldn't want to hear it. Then I mean, yes, I mean, you can go through that route, but at the same time you can also remember that, oh, there are people that actually take this feeling among to the level of stealing money to buy an iPhone, and then they get caught, and the rest of their life is messed up, right? So I mean, in as much as we are going to see that experience is the best teacher, I feel like experience, oh my God, like in a situation like this, experience can only teach you to a certain extent, right? Because okay, let's say, oh, all your guys are getting girlfriends and you want to feel among, and then you get a girlfriend and you get her pregnant, and now you're now a father, and that experience is going to teach you. It's not just going to teach you, it's going to
Teach you,
destroy
it's
you
going to
for the
destroy
rest
you.
of your life, man. So like, maybe for me, I feel like I can, if I'm to come through the perspective of how you should avoid the emotion of feeling among, for me it's staying grounded in yourself. Like, it is knowing who you are, right? Identifying your values, identifying your do's and your don'ts, your wills and your will not, your wishes and your not wishes. Like, just know who you are, your strengths, your weaknesses, all these things. And then when something is flashing across your face, and that thing is not in line with your values, like without thinking twice, you say no, irrespective of whether it makes you feel among, whether it does not make you feel among, all these things. I mean, I can easily relate to boarding school experiences where
Mhm.
honesty is one of my values, right?
Okay.
But when I'm in a tribe where they ask who did this thing, and because everybody's coding, I also have to code. Like, and then in scenarios like that, now I'm going against my values. But if I am deeply rooted in my values, right, I'll come out, say the truth, irrespective of what the tribe will think, irrespective of what people will say. So yeah, I feel like depression 101, lesson number one is number one, stop trying to feel among,
And
trying to feel among, yeah.
something about feeling among that, most of the time or sometimes you always find yourself where, like, where you are not, should I use the word accepted, or where you are not meant to be.
Yeah, where you're
Yeah,
not meant to be, and then
exactly,
you're going to feel this internal dissatisfaction
exactly.
of I'm not meant to be
Be
here.
here,
But
yes,
and
yes.
like everything you do is not authentic, from the laugh to the
To the
jokes
jokes,
to
like,
the even the way you talk. You're not being your
being
authentic
you,
self. You're not
you're not
being
being
you,
you.
and that kind of pressure to perform, right, is one of like the leading causes of depression and at a larger scale suicide
Suicide.
among Generation Z. So like, I mean, you might feel that feeling among there is no harm to it, but when you understand this, the simple formula of small things compound, right, to become something big, then something big, and then something incredibly massive that you can't go back from. I feel like you're going to stop trying to feel among. So yeah, thank you on that beautiful perspective. Now, can we go back to the second scenario where you say that you felt depression? The first was a girl and you trying to feel among, right?
Okay.
Then
Then
the second,
the second scenario was the another thing that leads Gen Zs into depression is money. Yeah,
money.
money does, like, seeing your mates doing what you cannot do, buying cars that you cannot buy. That kind of lead you, like, you start feeling that guy. See, this is not where I'm meant to be. That, like, I want to be like them.
Mm.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
And also, should I use, like, most of this thing can also be trying to belong to, trying to feel among, like this feeling among just covers everything, because you being in a midst of rich men, like, you want to be rich, and
Yeah,
when you're not getting rich, you either be depressed, or you start looking for dubious means, to to be rich. Yes.
to be
So
rich.
this
Yeah,
feeling among is just, let's say, a key, like, more like a key causes of depression.
cause of depression.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. It boils down to I think it's something about you are living in a skin that you're not born with. So
Exactly.
you are bound to feel on at ease. You're bound to feel strangled every single point in time. You're bound to feel, yeah. I feel like Gen Z should actually um slow down with the way they try to feel among and ground yourself in your values, like I earlier said. Um, I mean, now we can not necessarily tie everything though to feeling among, yeah,
Okay.
because there are people that are there.
That
Yeah,
okay.
but let's use like a rich man's child for an example. Like he or she's basically there.
Is there?
So
Okay, okay.
like another one that I feel like is actually very important to talk about is the pressure to perform, right? What I basically mean is like, oh, your parents have this expectation of you, and oh, your uncle have this expectation of you, and oh, this person has expectation of you. So like, you're trying to meet up
Meet up with
with
that
people's
expectation.
expectations of you, right? You're trying to meet up with people's expectations of you. You're trying to like I can vividly recall in secondary school, like when I'm not able to answer like a question on the spot. I know how it felt. like it didn't make me feel like I was stupid. Like it made me feel like I was stupid in the eyes of the people, in the sense that I was considered to be one of the smartest people in the class, and they've tagged me as this guy that, oh, I know
He
it all.
know it all.
Yeah, so like it went from something I just used to do naturally to something that I have to perform under pressure of, right? And it didn't basically go in the best way possible. Have you ever been like in that situation of being under the pressure to perform though?
Have I been? No, I don't think I've been on that. On no, I've not. Sure, I've not.
Okay, or not, but like
No.
you can seriously like relate and agree
Yeah, exactly. I
this
can.
to this pressure to perform,
Yes.
right? Is
Mhm.
there is there okay, you mentioned family background
Yeah, yeah.
too. Can you extend more on how family background does play a role in this whole thing?
Okay. Coming from the aspect of family background, we can tell, like, in this, like, using this country
Yeah,
as an example,
example. Yeah,
you have the rich, the poor, and the middle.
yeah,
So you coming from the poor, where you guys struggle. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. Like looking at it from that aspect, it can actually cause depression. Like see, yeah, you see, that's why I say that everything still boils down to feeling among, like seeing others prosper,
oh, that's prosper. Yeah,
and you know where you are coming from. And since we are talking about the Gen Z's here, you know how they behave now. Like they always want to do it, even though their family members are not doing it.
yeah,
Exactly. So family background can also cause depression. Like, imagine, okay, not eating, like, okay, imagine not eating for, let's say, a day now, and you see someone wasting food.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
exactly.
I love that. I
Show
love
you
that
how
perspective.
painful it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that perspective.
So yeah,
Yeah,
family background too can cause depression among
yeah.
Gen Zs.
Family background is. I feel like it's one thing that most people never do talk about, but like I feel like it's one of the leading causes of depression. For example, back then in secondary school, your friends with all these. Let me not tell them. I was friends with all these, all these rich men, rich men kids, and all these things. And quite frankly, I'll be ashamed to take them to my house and
Oh
to
yeah,
let them
yeah,
see my
yeah.
house and stuff like that.
Exactly.
And it's not only stupid, right? But it's basically caused by me trying to feel among, and in the process of trying to feel among now, I forget where I am from, right? In the process of trying to enter that circle, I forget the circle that I am in, right? I
Hmm.
forget the circle that I belong to, and I'm trying to like break out of a circle that has basically been helping me all my life. So you grab. So I feel like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel like family background does like it does a
A
lot.
lot of
Yeah,
things.
it does a lot of things in this depression shit. And like anyone listening to this thing, like just bear in mind that there's a huge difference between where you're coming from and where you're going to. Like it doesn't matter where you're coming from. Don't be ashamed of where you're coming from. Don't be ashamed of small beginnings, right? Small beginnings does not mean anything. Shey you grab. Like just put your head down, be humble. Don't compare yourself with other people's this thing. I know that sometimes it might feel embarrassing, maybe where you're from or anything like that. But at the end of the day, it's not embarrassing though. It's just where you started from. That is your origin story, right? That is not how it ends. That is not how the book ends. That is not how the chapter closes. So like if you kind of flip the script from, oh, this is what I'm about, to this is where I started from, I feel like it actually makes work a little bit easier. Now let's talk about social media pressure, right? Opening IG, seeing someone your age, like
Mhm.
driving a Lambo
Driving a Lambo.
and
Wow.
pulling up in, whatever you're pulling up in, rich life, Richard Mille on the wrist, ice on the neck, all this kind of thing. Like, how much of a role do you think that it plays in this Gen Z era of depression, and why people are actually neglecting their lives more?
Okay, like me, I do then, I do scroll on TikTok, and
Mm,
trust me, it was like, try say me wasting my time, but yeah, it's fine. Okay, me just like me is going on TikTok now, and I see
mm.
like people, let's say they senior me or I senior them driving car. Like there's this feeling you get, like that you're not living up to their standard.
Their standard.
At a point, like this thing actually made me to trade. Like me, normally I don't trade,
Mm.
but this get rich quick syndrome, like just
Yeah, get rich quick
to
syndrome.
to feel among, to be among the billionaires, exactly. but
Yeah.
but just me, when I did my first trade, it was I blew the account. Like it was that bad, like very very, very bad. And also, due to this get rich quick syndrome, what is the level to say? There was this stuff that came out, that
Ethereal.
Ethereum, yeah, that I had to invest in it, but I was not able to get anything in. Okay, so yeah, that is it. Like this cause of depression is actually a key. Like people need to learn about it, because you see your mate making it, and you are there doing nothing, bidding, yeah, bidding, scrolling on TikTok, playing game. No, like for me, I think that is not it. Like it's not it. Like we need to look into it and know how to like settle it now.
Yeah.
How, yeah, exactly. Because, okay, let's take this as an example now. You, like, does this party that they held in hostel, that like in my phone, people were spraying money. Like, guy, how
In
God,
this hostel.
yes, now
When?
that Ibiam side, we're not there.
Oh.
That night, before Badman.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay, okay.
like your mates will spray money, and me sha, I did not pick, because because of steez now, steez and composure, yeah. So I did not pick it, but me, I felt bad though. I felt really bad, because like, what are these guys doing that I have
Not
not
done.
tried.
Yeah, I have
No,
not
no, no,
tried.
actually not tried,
Not tried though, yeah.
exactly. And to make it, and it crashed.
Yeah.
Because something about something about wealth is that there are just, for me, there are some people it favors, and like it's just time. It's just time. It's just time. It's just time.
Man, honestly, I love your honesty on this podcast. I mean, what you shared is something that most people actually really do go through. It's something that I myself have gone through, right? I mean, open IG, like you are hustling, like no cap,
Not
no
that
cap. You
you
are
are sitting down there,
exactly
or
like, yeah, like you are hustling. Then you open IG, and the next thing, a 19-20-year-old boy is screaming at your face, "Oh, I just bought a Lambo and I retired my parents," and you're like, what am I not doing? What, but guy, but I feel like number one, I thank God for growth, right?
yeah,
Because as
growth.
as you grow, you begin to understand so many things. You begin to understand that number one, most of these people telling you this now, they're just trying to sell you a fucking course. For example, when somebody tells you, "Oh, here's how I bought a supercar at 20 and I retired my mom, and I did that and I did that," they're just, and then at the end of the day, they tell you, "Click the link on my bio," and they're just trying to sell you a fucking course. the car, they rented the car. Like 9/10, they rented the car. Then
Hmm.
like those that are actually there, they're not telling you to buy anything. They're just kind of telling you this is what it is. My point is basically social media is one major factor of depression among Gen Zs. For the male genders is seeing their fellow young boys making money. For the female genders is more of I don't know what it's more of, but I feel like it's more of seeing an IG queen and you're like, why am I not this pretty? Maybe I could be wrong. I mean, if I'm wrong and
No,
you
no,
girl
no, no,
listening
no,
to,
yeah.
yeah, maybe it's it, but like maybe it's not it though. But like if I'm wrong though, I stand to be corrected. But among the male genders, it's more of okay, these are guys. These guys are making money. What am I not doing? Is it that I'm not hustling hard enough? Like, what exactly is it? And thoughts like this, they breed depression. Thoughts like this, they, you know, honestly, man, the cure is not even stop social media. And I feel like you can't tell a person to stop social media. And it's kind of those things that is going to be around for a long time. I feel like it's just kind of well, first off, man. Honestly, to be honest, I don't know exactly what a person is supposed to do. But like from your own perspective, though, I mean, having identified social media pressure as one of the leading causes of depression
Depression.
among Generation Z,
Okay.
what, in your own opinion, do you feel like okay can be like something like a solution?
Okay. You, according to what you have said, you can't stop someone from scrolling. You can't stop someone from watching TikTok, scrolling on IG, and so on. But but like me, oh, for me, oh, everything has time. Like
Mm,
everything has time. Everything has time. So you, instead of like someone that has a goal,
mm,
would not scroll. Like if you have a vision, if you have a goal, do not like waste any time. Like each every of your time is precious to you.
to you,
Every of
yeah,
your time you want to lead, you want to jack, you want to grow. So those, not that I'm saying that those scrolling are they
vision.
no exactly. But you need to limit it. And sometimes when you see them like advertising their flashy cars, their wristwatch, their houses,
Yeah,
that that should give you, try use a thought, or like that should just should just tell that guy, see, if these people can make it, me, I can.
yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. Like that is me.
No,
Yeah,
no, not that you like not by saying it now, and you go and continue scrolling like 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 yes, just like say it, like okay, the Bible said that confession is made with your mouth, but you cannot confess and go and sleep now. So
yeah,
to me it's saying that if these people can make it, so can I. That should make me to like put in more time into reading, into learning. Like
yeah,
education
yeah.
is key now.
Yeah, I mean, as
Exactly.
as you were saying this, I even wanted to now coming from this perspective, but you already touched it. Like, man, whenever you see somebody like there, right, it shouldn't demotivate you. Rather, it should motivate or inspire you. I
Exactly.
mean, like, you're seeing the person there, you're like, okay, at least this is proof that it is attainable, right? Just see it as proof as okay, this thing that I'm going for is attainable. You want to buy that supercar, and oh, there's a 20-year-old driving a supercar, so it means that it is attainable, right? So rather than letting it kind of
Make you depressed or
depressed, yeah, or kill off your motivation, I feel like it is something that should like motivate you like a lot, right? So yeah, Benedict came in through having a vision, having a
Yeah.
bigger purpose, so that all these momentarily distractions like big faces on IG and cars and houses wouldn't distract you. And I'm coming through the perspective of, okay, don't let these things demotivate you, right? Rather, let them inspire you, let them show you that it is possible, and then you can go after it. Now, another one I would like to talk on is economic hardship. Like here's what I mean about economic hardship. I mean, things are hard, but like, let me now go into the school system, right? Even though there are not a large number of people,
Mhm.
but there are people that are inside the school system that
Okay.
are thinking of, okay, look at how this economy is, look at what I am doing, am I sure that this thing is the way out? And people harboring this type of thoughts can actually lead to more and more and more depressing thoughts. Like, she get what I'm trying to say.
Can you just
Okay,
come again
okay,
first?
like people that are inside the academic system,
Okay.
right? People that are inside the educational sector and all these things, like, they know what Nigeria is, they know where Nigeria is
It's
headed, they
heading.
know that there is no future for this country. So
Mhm.
they are now asking themselves questions like, this thing that I am studying, is it going to be the way? Am I sure that my 5 years here is not going to go down the drain? I mean, let's talk about people that are signing out. Like, let's talk about people that are signing out. People signed out today, and people signed out, I think, 3 days ago. Like, listen, man.
Yes, I'm
I
hearing.
know that, like, it's not written in their faces, but some of them are dead ass scared.
How?
Like, some most of them, I don't know, like, most of them are dead ass scared because they are now done with
With
school,
school. What
right?
next?
Now they're now inside the outside world, and they can't answer the question, what next? And it's not their fault, right? It's not their fault. It's basically the script that society gave them, and they are playing it out. So, like, I feel like this thing, number one, most people don't talk about it. Say you grab. Like,
Okay.
you hardly ever hear a finalist say something like, I am confused. I don't know where to go next. I don't know what to do next. I don't know how I'm going to approach the situation. They'll just hide everything behind a smile and all those things. But like, I feel like 60 to 70% of finalists, right? Respect for them. Their stay in this school was not easy at all. But like, I feel like they have that question lingering at the back of their mind, which is, what next? And most people are not strong enough to
To say what
sit
next?
down with the question,
What next?
admit that they are confused, and think about the answer. So you grow up. So, like, yeah, I feel like educational sector, right, and compiled with economic hardship, I feel like it is one thing that can actually send a person into a series of depressing thoughts. Do you agree?
Okay, yeah, I strongly agree to that. I strongly agree to that. Just like me, coming out of school with a first class, signed out, and let's say with my ICANN certificate, looking for job. So like
Yeah,
so okay, okay, looking for jobs here.
yeah.
So that can actually lead me into depression
Depression,
because
yeah.
those my 4 years of bidding for
Learning and reading and
exactly
typing
like it is just a waste.
is just a,
Is serious waste.
yeah, yeah,
Do you wait person? Do you know that in this country people pray for jobs
yeah,
like
yeah,
oh God, please give me job. Like, no, no. Why must you pay for job when you can create one?
yeah. When
When
you can
you
create one.
can become an
Entrepreneur,
exactly.
yeah, a business
So
owner.
so
Like,
so
like,
this school thing for me, I agree to it, but partially.
yeah. I feel like the first time I experienced this thing, but like at the barest minimum, was towards the ending of SS3. Right now, there was this pressure. Like, there's this guy that I had on the podcast on episode 36, Steven, very smart guy. No, sorry, episode 37, Steven, very smart guy. We talked about exam pressures, whether they are really good or bad and stuff like that. So, like, there's this pressure of, okay, this thing that I am going to do, is it what I want to do for the rest of my life? Now, what most people do, right, which is that point that draws the fine line between tension, and depression, right? So
Hmm.
what most people do now is they avoid the question, right? They just they can hear the question lingering in the back of their head, but they completely avoid, like when I mean avoid, like they completely do everything and anything in their power, right, to avoid that question, because they know that the question, like, is hard, right? They know that the question is uncomfortable. They know that the question is like, is so crazy hard to answer. So what do? They avoid.
They
They
avoid
just
it.
avoid the question. So like what I did was to genuinely, and like it was scary. It's not like as easy
So what
as
I
it
did
sounds. Like
was
I
I
genuinely accepted
genuinely
the fact that okay, I am scared, right? And I am confused and I don't know what to do. And I sat down with that confusion and I stayed with that confusion. And I just stayed with it and I kept on staying with it and I kept on staying with it and I kept on staying with it until eventually, like, things started coming up, things started coming up, things started coming up, and I started trying and failing and trying and failing and trying and failing and trying and failing and trying. So like, yeah, man, yeah, I feel like you said, after getting doing all these things that you're doing here, and then you go out there into the real world and you're begging for jobs. I feel like it actually throws people into depression. I feel like it actually makes you wonder what was the point of the whole
of the whole thing.
what was the point of the whole thing. So like, to whomever is
Sorry,
no
you know that some people actually pay their fees.
yeah,
Exactly. So after paying all this your fees now, and you end up being a graduate with a first class and looking for job, like, okay, this one like is the major, like let's just emphasize on it, like, because me now working from school, go and do a job, come back, so that I can eat. And now at the end of
the day,
4 years,
yeah,
I end up looking for
for
job,
job.
when people have told me that education is key, or that after school you still a job,
and
you
now and now education ended up being the padlock.
exactly. So that one can put an individual into a serious, like like
Seriously.
a serious depression, a serious state of depression. Yeah.
Well, I feel like, yeah, it's actually like a genuine reason for depression, right? And how I approach it as a method of advice is basically this: man, don't run away from that question of what next. That is the scariest and the most important question to ask yourself, right? Like, at every point in time, ask yourself what next. Never run away from what next. Like, if you're a fresher, start asking yourself, after 5 years, what next? After 4 years, what next? So you grab. If you're a finalist now and you don't know what to do, you don't know like where you are, man, sit down with that question. Sit down with that lingering thought in your head. I know it's fucking scary, but guess what? It's also very, very necessary. So sit down with these thoughts. Ask yourself what next. Ask yourself, what route am I taking from here? Ask yourself, what needs to be done for me to break out of this stage of anxiety? I mean, give yourself a little bit of respect. I mean, you navigated secondary school for 6 years and university for 5 years. What else? Like, basically, what else can't you navigate?
Hmm.
So like, I feel like you should like beat your chest and tell yourself, okay, if I could do all these things, it means I can figure out what next. Rather than running away from the question, shying away from the question, acting like everything is right when
When
deep
it's not.
down you know that everything is not right, and like the thought is basically throwing you into a series of depression, like Benedict said. Um the next one, the next one of the leading causes of depression that I'll like for the both of us.
Well, like there's this course that actually came to my mind.
Mm-hmm.
You say try, fail. Like, some people just give up on it. Like, when you try and you fail. Like, you just get that tired of trying. Like, okay, let it just go. Like, let's go and do something else. Just like me building my band now.
Yeah.
Let's say I build it, it crash. I build it, crash. I build. So at some point now, I can just say, guy, I'm that tired. I beg. Let's just leave it that all these people that are building bands stay safe. Like you just
Yeah.
feel
Feel
tired of it.
tired
Like
of it.
let's say emotionally down.
Yeah.
But like, is it really the
So yeah,
depression or
I actually love where that question is coming from. The question is coming from a point of curiosity and depth, right? You're trying
yeah?
to like uncover more. Well, this is not try and fail. It's like this big theory that many successful people have different theories about, right?
Okay,
Some people
okay,
say try the same thing over and over again and fail. Some people say channel the energy from one thing you failed at into another thing and then into another thing until something actually clicks. Then considering the people that will give up if you try and fail, well, honestly, there's no like special bracket of advice for these people.
okay,
I feel like if you're starting something, you should know why you're starting it. So you grab
okay.
so that when the boat begins to shake a little, you don't fall off. Now, another very important thing is you need to stay where you are and foresee all the problems. Like it's something that everybody that is venturing into something outside of academics should do. Like where you are, stand at that spot and foresee all the problems mentally, and then fight the battles mentally.
Okay.
Right? When you overcome it up here, man, I bet you there is nothing like there's absolutely nothing again that anybody wants to throw at you. So you grab so like you need to see the battles, right? You need to see all the possible challenges that you might come across, and then okay, let's just say like let's just use like a typical first year student as an example. You don't enter school expecting like your university to be like a bed of roses and
Roses.
flowers. So like before you enter school, you need to foresee every single thing that will happen. Hunger, oh, lecturer problem, oh, late for lectures, I don't exam pressure. You need to foresee every single thing and then fight the battle mentally. Then when those times come, you'll be like, oh, I've already seen this guy, and this is how I handled it when I saw him. So like it's not going to be like a new thing that will tip you
Off.
off balance. So I mean I feel like if you do try and fail and then you quit, yeah, maybe genuinely it wasn't for you. Then
Or
or then before you try something again, you get your why. Okay, you want to say something?
no.
Yeah, before you try something again, you get your why. Then moving over to the fourth leading reason for depression among Gen Zs that I wanted to talk about is the loneliness crisis. Right? Like most people like are alone. Like most people don't talk. Most people don't share their pains, especially among the male gender. Like like a real like a real example can be or a real example is this thing of men's mental health.
Hmm.
June or that is on June. I never really like understood the point of men's mental
Mental
health.
health.
Or like until I actually started feeling this kind of toll on my own mental health. And then I was like, the first thing that came to my mind then was, oh, that's why there's something like men's mental health because men actually go through
A
a
lot.
lot. Like men,
A
fuck,
lot.
like men go through like a fucking lot, and we don't talk about it, right? I mean, I'm, s- should I talk about both? Okay, let me just talk about men first. Like we don't talk about it. Like we keep it to ourselves. Shey grab. When it comes to the father, it's because you don't want your children or your kids to know that that you're down. You can't let your kids see you down. Shey grab. So you keep it to yourself. When it comes to your friend, because you're trying to be strong. Because subconsciously, I think there's this thing that every guy friend has. I mean, every guy friend is trying to be strong in front of the other guy friend, right? So we don't necessarily talk about our problems. We don't necessarily share our problems. But like, I feel like it's one of the leading cause of depression among Generation Z, especially the male genders. And then when it comes to the female genders, they can have their own once in a while they don't talk about some kind of shit too. Like I feel like this loneliness of a thing, it's also fostered by social media, in the sense that the world is now being structured in such a way that you don't necessarily need to communicate with people again. I mean, you can eat, like you can go a whole day. I mean, like back in the 90s, you can't go a whole day without interacting with people. But now the way things are socialized, the way things are organized, you can
You can
you can order your food from
exactly.
your room. You can, like, what can't you do from the comfort? So like you don't necessarily need to socialize, and it's also one of the leading factors of this loneliness crisis, breeding depression among Generation Z. So yeah, I feel like everybody should have that person that they share their, their problems with, that person that they share their shits with. Because at the end of the day, you might think that you are just keeping it inside, but one of the eighth law of wonder, yeah, by Warren Buffett, is compounding returns. Small things, small habits has very high impact. Maybe you might not, you might not ever be thinking of committing suicide. Like you might think that committing suicide is too drastic, it's too crazy, why will I ever do that? But until you keep keeping some kind of things inside you over and over and over and over again, until these things compound, and you're like at that bridge where like, I think I'm going to commit suicide. So I feel like, yeah, this loneliness crisis is actually one leading
Cause of depression.
cause of depression, right? Any new light or perspective you want to throw on this loneliness crisis?
Okay, okay. Any no. Okay, okay. Still coming from loneliness, right?
Yeah,
As a cause of depression. Okay, just like me being on my own, closing the door and 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 scrolling on my phone like all through the day, and me seeing things like from seeing things on my phone. I will now begin to think like, oh, you seeing someone now who owns a car, and you like this they saying an idle mind is a
a devil's
devil's
workshop.
workshop. Yeah, exactly. Me looking at them, scrolling, liking it. Like at a point I will just drop my phone and begin to think, and trust me, your mind will not go the right way. It will always go the wrong way, the wrong way. Yeah. So loneliness can also be a cause of depression in this online aspect. And another thing is that, okay, just like a girl breaking your heart now, and you are trying to move on. Once you say let you stay alone, me I've I'm talking from experience, sha. Like once you say let you stay on your own, like thoughts, like thoughts
Yeah, yeah.
thoughts thoughts
A lot of
would
thoughts begin to,
exactly
yeah, ride
would,
into your
would
head.
exactly will just start entering your head. Yeah. So that is also in the women aspect. Okay, then okay, yeah, like this don't business can actually come from the different aspects. Okay,
Yeah,
okay, see, like once you decide to be on your own,
yeah,
thoughts like different thoughts about making more money, thoughts about like getting rich, thoughts about your girlfriend, like thoughts about your family, like that loneliness is not a cause for me. Like is okay, is something that, oh, do I say which word will I use for it now? Like okay, let's say a house that where all these causes of depression are kept, because once you are on your own, different thoughts come.
Yeah.
Either thoughts to either positive thoughts or negative thoughts. So that was loneliness is like a powerhouse, like you saying, oh yeah, depression, come, yeah, that
Yeah.
is it.
It's kind of like
Inviting
invites
the
depression.
depression, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
but at the same time, then are you going to advise like a person to always spend time around like friends, noise,
Yeah,
and
yes, you can spend time,
no,
yes, now.
not you should. I mean, like always do.
Always spend time. Sometimes it's good to be on your own, but
Yeah,
it depends on what you are thinking at that moment.
moment.
Exactly,
Yeah.
like you can be on your own and decide to be creative, to come up with something else,
Hmm.
and you can still be on your own, and bad thoughts would come into your mind. So you being on your own is, it just depends on what your mind is going for, like
Yeah,
what
what
you're
your mind is
thinking
going
at
for.
that moment. Yeah, exactly.
I'm. I really love the perspective, man. I mean, all the angles, all the perspective you have given me was there were new things that I've never really thought of, right? I feel like that is the joy of podcasting with another person. You know, they give you new angles to ponder on, they give you new takeaways, right? Well, before this podcast, I wrote a letter to depressed Gen Zs, and I'm going to be reading it out before I end this podcast. Dearest depressed Generation Z, I know you feel hopeless and you want to be unalived any minute from now. I know it feels like everything is not working out. I know it feels like everything you have put in so far towards a particular thing is not showing you the results that you desire. But here's one thing I'm going to say to you. There is still light at the end of the tunnel. And not the old motivation, oh, there's light at the end of the tunnel. Like, I mean it. Like, coming from a fellow Generation Z like you. Like, there is light at the end of the tunnel, man. Like, as far as you are alive, just give yourself that benefit of doubt to keep going. Whatever you want to achieve is attainable. Whatever you're confused about can be clarified. And whatever you want, you can get. But just set your mind that you are moving on the right track. And if you feel you are not moving on the right track, sit down, reflect, and move. You are not on this journey alone. To all Generation Zs out there, keep moving. I'm always rooting for you. Michelle. Well, Benedict, thank you for being a guest on this show, man. It was a pleasure talking to you. I really hope you can do this some other time. Have a
Okay.
wonderful day. See you all on episode 44.